Hi y'all, this is Pam at Pink Dragonfly Wingz, here with another episode of Using Up Those Book Pages. This, I believe, is episode number 13. And so, it's 13, so it has to be dark. I'm not a big fan of Halloween. I don't like dressing up and doing all that stuff. My kids absolutely love Halloween. They did not get that from me. Anyway, but I am in the process of trying to design and figure out how to do like a dark foresty, um, not really a Halloweeny kind of thing, but just kind of a dark, misty, mystified, scary kind of thing. Anyway, so we're gonna make a little I don't even know what to call it. This is what we're gonna make. I've been making some little journals out of book pages, but I've covered them and made them look kind of like a little book, like a little journal. So I thought, well, I'll try that with book pages. And so I did, and kind of made it into like a little Dutch door on the inside. And it's cute, and I liked it, and I thought, wow, that might be kind of cool. So that's what we're going to make today. This one is just a sample that I made. In fact, this was the first one I made, and it's only got 4 pages in pages in it. So this is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. When I made this one, I did it a little different. This one, the front page is a complete page. The back one is a complete page. And the Dutch doors are the 2 pages in the center. On this one, I made kind of all of them a Dutch door type thing. So, I don't know. We'll play it around here and see what we're going to do with this one. But this one has 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pages. And if you see this is washi tape that I put down the center. We're going to do the same on this one. And I kind of stuck with the colors of the fairies. There's a blue one, a yellow one, a green one, a sort of a orangey, you could almost lean over to be red, but it's more orange. And then there's a pink one in here as well. So I kind of used those colors and made this a little fairy type thing for the fairy journal I hope to make someday. So I'm going to use that. But today I'm going to put these aside somewhere. Where am I going to put them? I don't know. I have no room. But anyway, so we're going to use some of the more dark papers that I have purchased, and we're going to see where that takes us. We'll just see. May not like it. We may throw it in the trash. And you know what? That's okay. I've already thrown one project in the trash today that was so frustrating and so bad when I finished it that it was not savable. So I threw it away. I'll sleep on it, and I will try again tomorrow, maybe. All right, so here's our pages. We have 5 book pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I went ahead and cut them down because my big cutter's over there, and I didn't want to have to keep hopping up and down and going over there. So I went ahead and cut these. And so we have 5 pages, and they measure about 5 1/4. This is really about 5 1/8. You can make it however wide you want. These that I made before are the bottom pages 5 1/2 almost. But when I tried to put them in my journal, and they'll work. That's not a problem. But let's say we were going to put it in this page right here. We're going to fix it so that it can set into our journal like this. But it just barely, at 5 1/2, I use 8 1/2 by 11 papers in my journal. So 8 1/2 by 11 1/2, or by 11, and that 11 is 5 1/2 in half. So when you fold it in half, you've folded on that long side, and you've got a 5 1/2 inch page. So this goes right up to the edge, and I wanted it to kind of inset just a tad. So I made this one a little bit smaller. I made it 5 1/8. You make it however wide you want to. It doesn't really matter. If you're going to put it in a smaller journal, make it smaller. If you're going to put it in a bigger journal, make it bigger. That, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You get to be the deciding person. So what we're going to do here first is we are going to start in the middle. So I'm going to put 2 pages over here, and I'm going to put 2 pages over here, and this is our middle page. Doesn't matter what's on them, we're going to cover them up, so it doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 pieces of paper together, very similar to what we did with the little journals, but it's going to be utilized differently and all. So put these 2 over here, these 2 over here. I'm just going to pick up one of these washies, and I am going to turn this around so I can see. And what I intend to do, and I am going to glue this because I have found that washi is not washi is not washi. And some washi sticks better than others. And I don't want this to go along about 6 months and then all of my washi spine pull up. So, because we're not going to sew it. So I'm going to try to get this, and if it helps, you can fold this in half and put it right along the edge. That's going to put it right at about halfway. And then I'm going to stick it down to that glued side. I'm not going to worry about it too much at this point, but I am going to go ahead and find some scissors, of which I know I have some, and I'm going to cut this off. And we're going to put this next page up to it. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right down this way. And we're basically putting these pages back together using washi tape. So I'm going to make sure that my pages are even. Scoot them together close. And lay that. This is always hard for me. My hands shake a little bit, and it's hard for me to sometimes get things lined up and keep them there. So there we go. I think that's pretty good. We'll turn it over and make sure before we proceed. But yeah, our seam is pretty good there. So, and I'm just going to rub that in so that glue gets in there really, really good. And then I think I'm just going to fold this up and not cut it off. It's just a little teeny tiny piece. And then we'll put the other washi on top of that in a minute. And there we'll go. So now we have a little booklet with 2 pages. There we go. And our center, kind of, half of our center. This is our center page right here. So we're going to turn this over now, and we're going to get another piece of washi. And since that one was a black one, we'll use this one. This one's white. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to put a little bit of glue down the edge. Very carefully, but you want it to stay. We're going to fold it down. Fold it in half. And put it down pretty, just right there on the edge. Just right there on the edge. And then we're going to cut this one off. And we're going to cut this one off smooth so that we don't have any little dangly hanging over. Alright, so now then we're going to get him, fold him there, get one out of this pile, and line it up. Going to put some glue down the center. I forget sometimes, so you have to be there to help remind me. So we're going to put some glue there, and we're going to line these pages up as best we can. And of course, dealing with washi, which is tape, sticks to everything. There we go. I think we've got it close. There we go. We're going to rub it down. And we have 3 pages in. 3 pages. All right. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. All righty. So now what we're going to do is we're going to attach the back piece and the front piece. All righty. We'll get us another piece here. Let's see what kind this is. These are all kind of, well, I know it has to have a beginning. There we go. They're all kind of Halloween-y, but that's okay. There you go. There's a nice, cute little quote. If you're not doing what you love, you are wasting your time. There you go. All right, so we're going to turn this just because I work better in this direction. So we're going to put a little glue on here and go right down the edge. Pull it down about where we need to be. Fold it in half. And put our half right on. Let's see if we can get you up to the top, to the edge. There we go. And then we'll cut this one off. This will save us having those little leftover pieces like I had on that one a while ago. So we'll put you right there. So we've used you. Put some glue on this little side right here. Doesn't have to be a big spot, but we want it to be able to hold our papers down. So I'm going to close it in as kind of close as we can. Try to hold these down and go. I apologize for all the noise outside. I'm in my craft room with the windows open. Oh, it is so nice. But the people next door and the people next door to them are having new roofs put on today, so they have some workers out there putting on roofs. So you'll hear somebody yell every now and then, but as long as they're not yelling because they're falling off of the roof, then I think we'll be pretty good. Make sure these pages stay, as you're gluing them, they stay even right here. Otherwise your pages are going to be all cattywampus. All right, so this is our second page, so we're going to put our front page right here. And it is better and easier. It makes the book come out a little better if you start in the middle and work out both ways than it is to just start at the front and start gluing the pages together. I don't know why, but it does. It seems to make a difference to me. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's all in my head, but that's okay. So we're going to put some glue right here. And we're going to get another piece of our washi. And have it about yay long. Fold it in half. And when I say fold it in half, I mean not glue side to glue side. Opposite of glue side to glue side. Dry side to dry side. Otherwise you stick your washi together. But I bet you knew that. Yeah, I bet you did. And I just laid that down there. Crooked as could be. So let's try that one more time. Come on. We're going to put you down. Clip you off. There we go. Turn around. And we're going to get our front side. And we have to make sure that our pages are right side up each time. I have been known to get a page upside down. Of course, in the end, it really doesn't matter that much because we're going to be covering these pages up here, so you're not going to see most of the print anyway, but you will be able to still see some of it. So we want to make sure that what we see is what we want to see. There we go. Spread that out. And I do have just a little nubbin there, but I think we can fix that and slide that off. And I want to make sure, like I said, these pages, we've glued them together. We want to make sure that they stay even as well as we can. And we do have a little nubbins here, so we're going to cut that off. We're going to turn it over and cut this one off. Now then, there we go. So we have our book put together, but we need our outside spine here too. So we're going to get one of our, what am I going to use? I only had 4 of those. But I really like this one. So I think we'll use this one on the outside. Just because I like it best. All right, so here we go. We're going to put some glue right here. Now, using this, the washi that you choose needs to be a little wider than just regular, this size washi. This is not wide enough to cover over the spine part, so it needs to be a little wider for that to work. So, I'm not going to cut that off yet. I am going to fold it in half, and I'm going to very carefully try to put this right here on the edge. Make sure I get it down right here. And then I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off. Turn it over. Make sure our pages are still even. Put a little bit of glue right down this side, a little on the washi, and then we're going to fold it up. And there we go. Make sure that glue gets smoothed out, smeared out, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to trim our little nubbin off of the bottom again. And we don't have a nubbin at the top. We did good on that one. All right, so now we have our little book glued together, and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pages. Okay, so now we need to decide if we want to make them on the inside double, like the little Dutch door things, which I happen to like. I'm really into those lately. And so this is where we can come in and use some of our more narrow tapes. And so we've got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. So we need 5. I don't know. That looks just clear. Maybe it's just white. It is. It's just white. I've never seen white washi before. Okay, that doesn't impress me. That one's okay. That one's a little wide. That one's okay. That one's okay. So that gives us 3. And we have 3 little ones. Okay, and that one's a little bigger, so. All right, so we're not going to do anything to the back page. That's for sure. And then we're going to scoot in here on this page. And what I think I'm going to do is kind of measure it. Because all we're going to do, we're not going to put decorative things on here or stickers on here. I have to tell you, honestly, I've just gotten into doing little Dutch door things, and I'm not that good yet. So we're just going to put washi tape right here down the edge and call it a Dutch door. So that's what we're going to do. But I think if I can find my pencil, we want to maybe move in about 3/4 of an inch. Right there. I'm going to fold that back and put this in my cutter and cut that off. that. Put this down here. Now we've got 3/4 of an inch here, or 3/4 of an inch cut off here. So let's see if we cut off 3/4 of an inch off of this one, would put us to right here and right here. And we'll cut that off. Should have cut off quite so much on that. This last one, we're going to have to leave the front one solid, but that's okay. We can do that. And if we do this one, we put you right there, this one is going to be pretty narrow, but that's okay. That's okay. We can do it. And I'm going to put you about like that. And cut you off. Okay, so now we have our front page and our back page are the original size. No problem, no changes. And I tell you, if you're going to make this on your own, it really would be good if you could let this glue dry really good on here before you start manipulating these pages. But I didn't want to do that today, so we're going to wing it and go with it the way it is. So hopefully it'll be fine. Now we've got our Dutch doors of 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to get some stuff here. And I think I will put the black one in the middle because I have 2 white ones. So we're just going to put just a little little strip of washi, and we are going to glue it right here to the edge, right on the edge. And what am I looking for? My scissors. Yes, I am. Alrighty. And then we're going to turn over on the back of this one, and we are going to put the same color so that this piece and this piece match. So we're going to put a little strip right down here, and we will put this same washi on that side, so that when you have it up open, there we go. Oh, so that when you have it open, this makes a little spread here. Okay, so that looks like they go together. That's why we're doing it this way. Cut you off and put you over at the side because we've already used you. And let's cut our nubbin off, and we have that page ready to go for now. We may decide to do something else. All right, this one is our center one, so we're going to do a white one. I think I'm going to use these words because I like the words. Probably would have been better if I'd have measured the tape and made the cutoff the width of the tape, but you know, why would you do anything that would make everything easier? I don't know. All right, so we're going to put this one right down here. Okay, cut it off. Cut this little nubbin off down here. I don't have a lot of each of these washi tapes. I bought them as a set, and sometimes when you buy them as a set, you don't get as much on each individual roll, so I'm trying not to be wasteful at all in putting this on the edges here. And let's see, I had that one with the print going that way, so we'll have the print going this way on this one. Now, we have those pages done. We're going to cut that off right there. Put you over here. We've used you. Then we're going to open up our third page here, our third Dutch door page, and we're going to use this one since that's what we have left. And so we're going to put one right down here on the edge. And you could do these. I've done these before. In fact, the one I showed you with the little witches, fairies, whatever they were, when I had those on there, I used the same tape all the way throughout because I decorated each page according to one of the little fairies, and it just rolled together. Okay. You don't have to do that. You can do them one at a time, one at a kind. You can do them all the same. You can do however you want to do it. And this doesn't really have a direction, so we're just going to put you like that and trim you off. And there we go. Now then, we've got that one and that one, and we've still got to do this back one with something. But I think that what I'm going to do is to do the back one with a bigger piece. And I think that maybe we'll use this dark because we had a light, dark, light, dark. So I think we'll put that over here, which is going to make this last piece a little wider, but that's okay. That is quite okay with me. So, you know, when you're dealing with washi, if you're like me, I have a huge basket down here, but I didn't buy anything for a specific project, really. I just bought it because I liked it. And so when I get ready to do something like this, I have to just kind of peel out what'll go together and what'll match. And sometimes that works and other times are better than others. But that's okay. We go with what we got. And we're going to put a piece on here. Now we're also going to have to put a piece over here because we want it to be like a layout. Okay. We're going to pull this down here. And we have a little layout there, 2 pages. And we have our back page. And since this is going to fit into our journal like this, I'm going to use this back page and this front page with the same kind of stuff here. I don't really think I like that for our thumb. That looks kind of cool. Just measuring tape. Looks kind of cool. So we're going to use measuring tape. Because, you know, you never know when you might need to measure something. And so we've got to find the end. That's right here. All of these are strung on here different, backwards, left-handed, I guess. They're backwards from what I'm used to. And so that makes it just a little awkward, but that's okay. We're going to roll with the flow. And we're going to cut this one off. Sure we are. I cut off a little bit of the page because I can't see, but that's okay. We can even that up. Yes, we can. Not that it matters that much, but there you go. Well, goodness gracious sakes in the morning. Okay, then we're going to turn it over here and put the same thing on the back. And that's kind of the front and the back of the little insert. That's what we can call it. We can call this an insert. And we're going to fix it so that we can insert it into our journal. can't insert it into anything right now, though, because I don't have a journal made, but I can show you how we're going to do it. All right, so we've done that. Now then, we have all of our pages. This one opens up, and we have getting our pages stuck together. Now, if this little part of this bothers you with it being like that, we can take some of these skinnies and put them on here and offer just a little bit more variety on here. So let's do that. Oh goodness, let's find the end. I know it has an end, but I don't see. Oh, you know what? If you turn the roll around, it's on the right side. Just in case you need to know that. Sometimes my stupidity amazes myself. Okay, I think that we're going to put that. I think I like it better right up next to the other one. I think I like, well, I don't know. What do you think? Yeah, I do. I still do. Okay, that's what it's going to be. So we're going to do it like that. And then we'll turn it over. Just cut this. Not that way. We're going to turn it over this way. And just to be, this, it really doesn't matter on this side, but we want it to look the same and uniform, and or that's important to me. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on this side as well. And there we go. Now then, we've got that one. Some of my glue is kind of seeping out from under my tape. You want to make sure that doesn't happen. So I would put some papers or something in between here if I were going to leave it for a bit. But all right, we don't really have anything white except this one and the solid white. And I don't like the solid white thing. I'm not used to that yet. So I'm going to open this up, and we're going to put a little strip right down here. Cut those little nubbins off. Turn it around, and we're going to put one on this side. Now this is probably the simplest Dutch door that you can make. If you want to see some really, really fancy ones, go check out Amy Plans Things. I think that's the name of her channel here on YouTube. Amy Plans Things, and she is the Dutch door queen. She is fabulous. So check her out. I'm not that good yet. All right, we have this one right here, and this one is the Traveler Trip Week. Okay, best. Let's see what it says when we fold it all out. Best Traveler Trip Week, peace, happiness, lovely, good luck. Oh, okay. I don't think that's, I mean, I think that's great and awesome and wonderful, but that's not the scary vibe I'm going for. So I think we'll use this one here and put it right down here. And now, well, we're not there yet. Hang on a minute, Pound. Don't get in a hurry. You still have to figure out where the end of this stuff is. And there it is. We're going to open this up. Put it. It's a little lighter than I expected when I unrolled it. But there we go. Cut that off. Probably would have been better if I'd have put this on here and covered this up and only cut them as wide as the papers were, but that's what Amy does. But I thought I knew better. I thought I knew what I was doing, and I never know what I'm doing. Oh, goodness, come back, come back. Okay, so we're going to do it like that. And clip that off. Put you over there. We're going to clip this off. And put you like that. Now, I think that because this little strip is here and all of the others are kind of different, I think I'm going to put just a little piece of this white washi right down there so it covers that up and they look a little more uniform. And that's just because I cut them before I measured and all that. I do that often, but so this will kind of make it look like script. So we shall do that on that one and cut this little nubbin off. And let's see how it looks when we fold it back. It dims it just a little bit, but you can tell there's something there. So I think I'm going to do the same thing on this one back here. And it would have been hard to do on this because my washies are all different widths and that kind of thing. So, but we're going to make it, and we're going to make it pretty, and it may not be like we intended for it to start out, but it's going to end up being perfect as soon as I get all these nubby things off. All right, so we're going to cut you off right here and right here. And I have used my first piece of white washi tape, but it's now all stuck to my fingers. So give me a second. Oh, Lord, I need a drink. Okay. Diet root beer has to work. Okay, here we go. So if we open it up, this is how it looks, and it looks like one panel. All right. So we've got one little panel. Now, if we wanted to, we could go back and put some little tabs on here, put one there, and maybe here, and here, and then down here on the, well, you only need 3, because the back page and the front page are fine. Okay, so there we go. I'm going to wait. I usually decorate my front last because I want it to be able to fit in with everything else. And then I need to kind of, let's see if I can get my longer scissors here. I need to take my glasses off so I can see. I kind of need to trim this off. And that's okay too. Sometimes that happens when you start putting all of this, all of these pages together in the washi tape. Sometimes they'll kind of slide and they won't be even though they were even when you started. If it bothers you, just give it a haircut, trim it off. That works. You can see that there was very little cut off. All right, now these are some papers that I got. I'm not going to get rid of my washies because I may still use these. But I thought, wow, those are really cool. I may have gotten them on Temu or something. But they all have little writing spaces in here. And I thought, that is cool. So I am going to just use these pages. And I'm going to put them on here. Now this first one, he's kind of narrow, so we may have to cut one in half, and that's okay too. We can put one in half here and put one down here, or a little box down here. We just got to play with it and see what we have. So I'm going to divide these because I have 2 of each of these pages, and we'll see. Oh, that one's got a little bit of color in it, and we'll see here. And I love these little papers. So what did I do? Did I get one of you? I did. I don't know. All I'm doing is counting out papers. How is that so difficult? Okay. Now, what I think I'm going to do, these little papers came with some little flowers here, some little dark, they're kind of dark little flowers, but aren't they cool? And so I think that what I'm going to do on this first little page that is kind of narrow is I have these little cards. Let's see if I can find one like this. These are, and I have them in different colors. I have pink, yellow, green, craft, and white. And I think I'm going to put you right there to be a journaling spot. That's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to put you right there. And I'm going to put one of these flowers that's one of the smaller ones. You have to kind of look at them because they're kind of hard to see, but they're so cool looking. Kind of eerie. I like that one. And I like this one too. I kind of like that one for that page, so I think we'll do that. And I don't use black very often because it is so contrasting to me. But I think on this one, what are you going to do? You have to use black. So I'm using my black soot distress ink here. And I'm just going to ink around this little card. And I'm going to put it right in here. And I really would like for it to fit with a little bit of that paper showing. So if that's the case, then let's trim just a little bit off of this. And I can get my little corner punch thing here. And if I use that middle one, it is the right size, but well, it's actually a little bit big, a little bit different, but it makes it small enough that it's not obtrusive looking. And then I can just go back and touch up those little corners and touch up this side. And now when we put it down in there, we've got some page on both sides. And that's what we want. All right, let's get this one. I'm just going to put that on there. I want to show, I don't want this to all be everything covered up. I want people to know we used book pages on here. Then we're going to take this little sticker here and just pull it off. You're going to be able to see. Sure you are. Yep, we're going to get that off. Yep. Yeah, this is September here. And I'm sure that it'll still be September when this airs. And in late May, we had here in San Angelo, we had a really bad hailstorm. I was beside myself because the hailstones were like baseball size. And I was in our new Mustang visiting my brother at the hospital. And oh my gosh, I was so upset. But when we got home, we had no roof damage. The houses on both sides of us did, but we did not. And the insurance paid to get our Mustang fixed. So it turned out really good for us. But these people now are just now getting their roofs because so many people had damage to their roofs. So, and we live in a townhouse, so that makes it, you know, when they have noise, we have noise. But that's okay. That's okay. And so we are very patient because they have waited so long for that roof. And I think this is going to fit maybe right here, the real pretty writing area here. And I could tear that. I think I'll tear just a little bit around the edges, just ever so slightly. I have a tearing ruler, but my tearing ruler and we don't G-haw very well. And when I'm tearing off just a tiny little piece like this, it just doesn't seem to want to do what I want it to. So I'll just tear it like this. I'll show you. I'll show you, tearing ruler. Okay, so we're going to put you right in here. Or not going to put you anywhere. We're just going to tear you off and we're going to put you in the trash. That's what we're going to do. So, we're going to come right on down here and get this done. And okay, I'm coming. There we go. And that makes it fit kind of a little more, gives it kind of a little bit of a spooky vibe. Just a little bit of a spooky vibe. So let's ink this up around. I love those edges, and then I want to cover them up. I don't know why, but I like the torn edges, and I like them torn towards me so that that paper just seems to soak up the ink so nicely, and I like it. So there we go. That's what I do. There we go. Now, putting these pieces on here, we may not have a whole lot of room for a lot of embellishment, but I'm going to put you right there. And what if we get another one of these little tags and we actually cut it in half? Of course, I've got ink on my fingers. I wear this little thing, this little apron, so I won't get ink on everything. Okay, let's see. It's not quite 2 inches. So we're going to eyeball it because math is not my strength. So we'll do that. And then we're going to take this one and we're going to put it up here at the top. And we'll put this one down here at the bottom. And there we go. It might need to be even a little smaller. So rather than cut it in half, we may just cut it down. Okay. Let's cut this one down just a little bit as well. There we go. Alrighty. And all of you will go in the trash in a minute, but right now I need to ink up. I don't think it matters, but I would like to use the cleanest side. Is that even? I guess it is. Okay. So I think what we'll do is we'll put this one on first. And I'm going to put the straight edge. I probably could round it all, but I'm going to put the straight edge toward the paper, like that. We'll come down here. That one's all icky on that side. Well, it's kind of icky on that side. Oh, well, here we go. Here we go. Icky is my middle name. Okay, we'll get a little bit more here. Right there, we're going to want to be able to see some of the words. So, and then we're going to put you right in the center. Right in the center. We'll glue this down real quick. Here we go. Now these little tag things can be used to write the date or where you went or, you know, anything like that, what that you would put in a journal. So I'm going to put that right there. Now, I have somewhere, of course I never know where. I never know where anything is. I think these are my flowers. And let's see if we have any yellow ones in here. We do. So let's see. You know what though? I am going to put you on pause for a minute because I think I have some black and white pictures somewhere. And that might look really cool with this since we're doing all the black and white. So let me get up and see if I can find those. I didn't even think about that until just now. And I'll be right back. Shouldn't have even had to pause it, but I wasn't sure I was going to be able to locate them that quickly. So here we go. We have some brown and white ones, but these are all black outline like things. And those may be just what we're needing. Let me put my glasses on so I can see what we're doing here. And I have some of those, but I don't know. As a rule, these tend to be, oh, that would be really pretty right there, just that. And then we've got a colorful one down here. What about, no, you're too big. And you're too big, I think. Yeah, kind of like that one. Well, now here's another sunflower. But you sure are big. I think you would take up a lot of our writing room, although you really are pretty there. I think I'm going to use you anyway. You'll match this little sunflower over here. So there we go. Yep, that's what we're going to do. We're going to put this on here. Oh, and it has a little dragonfly on it. So that settled it. That settled it. I'm going to turn this around so that I can see what I'm doing. And I think I'm going to place you about like that. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. Now we have a little nubbin up here. Scissors, scissors. And we're just going to cut that little, it's just part of the clear acetate. None of the flower needs to be cut off. But there we go. And we've got that done. Isn't that pretty? I like that. I like that. And we might could find a cute little bow or something to put down here in this corner. But, okay. So we have our first little page done. Oh, we have a little runoff over here. So we're going to have to cut that little leaf off ever so slightly. Let's try cutting it from this direction. And there we go. We have our first 2 pages done. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, we might find a little flower in here that we could put right up here just to cut it out. I don't know. These all seem to be pretty big, although that would work. I kind of like that, and we just have to cut it out. Let's do this. and come right down here and then cut out. And then we have a partial sticker left, but that's okay because we'll use that partial sticker somewhere else. And I love playing with stickers, so I tend to get if we have to cut off some of the acetate, that's cool. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't want to cut off the little flower part. So there we go, and there we go. And I've got flowers flying everywhere, and we're gonna make sure we put you down good. I'll give you a little brush too. And we could use this little part right here, down here, if we so chose. But I do kind of like that. All right, we'll use this little part over here. So, but I'm going to cut out some of this clear so that it doesn't interfere with our writing spot. Okay, put you down there, and see if we can find a place that we can pull you up, and we'll put you right there. That's not going to interfere with our journaling space too much at all. Okay, so there we go. We've got that done. Now then, I have no idea how long this video is, but we've got the book made and we've got 2 pages decorated. I think that we may stop, and maybe I will do the rest of this in another video, and you can see the rest of it and the completion, and we'll get this little thing done. Since we made the book and got it all decorated and everything ready today, then we're going to do this, and then next time I will do another video and we will finish this up. Sound like a plan? All right. If you liked the video today, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. If you have already, thank you so much for your support and being here with me. It's great. It's awesome. Also, share the video with every person you know. Somebody out there might like journaling that you don't know about. So please do that. Also, if you have a few minutes, please step in and check out my online store. It's at https://www.my.pinkdragonflywingz with a Z on the end, all one word, mypinkdragonflywingz, all one word.com, and check out some of the things that we have in there. You might just find something that you need, or something that you could give a friend or a family member as a gift. You know, the holidays are coming up, so check that out and see what you see. And until next time, you be creative too, and I'll see you then. Bye-bye.